You don't know on the Real Things podcast. Hey yo!
Hold me, console me, love me, give me love like you used to. Can you hold me like
Yes, I. Blessings and welcome to the Real Things podcast. Welcome to another Friday morning show. But people, whether you're watching me morning, noon, or night, I don't know what time it is in your neck of the woods, but welcome to the Real Things. And we are going to step right into today's podcast without any further ado. But before we do just that, if you're new here, welcome firstly. For those of you who subscribed recently, welcome, welcome. For my returning subscribers, my returning supporters, all my moderators, welcome back. Just know that my love for you guys is from end to end. Also, don't forget to let us meet in the comments section. And with that, I want to step into today's episode, today's show, whatever you want to call it. Today, we are going to be going into an area where we've never looked on before. We've never gone in this area before. Because, here on the podcast, you know, we will go to different areas from time to time. So today is a very new venture for us. Jokes aside, my people, I came across this that you're seeing on your screen, and it is really like mind boggling in a way how suddenly, how quick, you know, things can shift in today's world. And I'm speaking about this because I guess that a lot of you would have scoured social media looking for information, even for your own content. A lot of you would have just merely come across a lot of people airing their regrets. But this that you're seeing on screen, it's even on the thumbnail, is full proof that things are changing way fast. There are many more polls. There are many more polls other than these, but these are like the leading ones right now that I woke up to actually. So everybody's gonna be talking about. So our most news outlets are going to be talking about these polls. So guys, I said earlier the other day in a vlog, right? I said earlier the other day that whenever America sneezes, the world catches a cold. And I guess you guys can literally see, as you watch the news, how things are happening and how swiftly things are changing. Countries are adjusting to or bending backwards to make it work because the number one patient is now ill, or the leader in the pack is ill. So everybody else is now somehow catching a cold, if you might. But what I'm talking about, what I'm really more geared towards talking about is this that I have on screen right here. It's saying a lot. And it's still a reminder, it is a serious reminder that it is the people. Many of you might want to come and counteract and say this and say that. We're all entitled to our opinions. But at the end of the day, the people is the power. And the people are now, I hope that you can see this thing on screen. The people are now speaking. A lot of people have taken to the streets of social media to air their regrets, to air their thoughts, their takes. Um, I've seen people are saying that, families are being separated, businesses are being torn apart, or are being businesses, they're losing their business because they have no workers, and you can't have a colony if you don't have workers. Take, for instance, the ants, a colony of ants. What makes a colony? What makes a colony? Is not the king ants or the queen ants or the queen bee and the king bee. You don't have king bee, you have a queen bee, right? But it takes the workers. And in this case, the workers are actually the people, the mere man that collects the garbage, the mere woman that sells the hot dogs on the corner, and so on and so forth. It's a lot of things that are now been out of place. I got a call from a friend, a very close friend the other day, and this friend was telling me, can you believe that my house insurance has now gone up to 4,000 and change from 1,500 in the state of Florida? I was shocked. How much percent is that for the mathematicians in the house? Times are changing real quick and fast. Now, for us here on the shittier end of the stick, like in my diaspora, like when it trickles down to us with all those changes, even with um a friend of mine calling me to tell me the other day, not calling me, we were having a conversation. I was talking and during a call. So it simply means that the friend didn't call me directly to say this. We were having a conversation. And a friend was telling me, even Western Union, empty. You go in and you come out. I want to borrow a word, and the word is actually two words: chainsaw effect, or the wood chipper effect. Could be, it could be one or the other. Now, when you get up and start to drastically cut and chop and cut and chop, trees that will give you shade without even sit down and planning properly, figuring out what is what and who is who and who does what. I think you're going to see polls like these. Now, as I said earlier, one might want to argue that, hmm, too early. Yeah, it happens to every president. Yeah, it happens. It happens. It always happens. We all have our understanding. We all have our unique understanding of things. But this right here, if you should go back in history, as per one newscaster, this morning, it is proving, it is showing that in history, this poll has never looked like this so fast, so quick after any president taking office. There have been bad polls before. I remember them. But as per the newscaster this morning, history has it that, because I really didn't get the time to go and check, but it was said that if you should check the polls, this is the swiftest and the lowest a president has ever hit in recorded history. Why am I talking about this? The whole world, the whole world is talking. The whole world is feeling the aftershocks. There's no country that is gone untouched, be it by the mass migration, the mass deportations, be it by rules that are put in place where, you know, it's harder for people to function or to care for their loved ones because the paper is not right. Even though by law, it clearly states, even though by their laws, it clearly would state that it is not legal for one to come and seek refuge and such the likes. But some people overdo, and no, it is where everybody is going to be swept up in this vast tsunami approaching, vastly approaching tsunami. And chainsaw or woodcutter, call it what you might. No, people have been taking it to the streets, as I was saying, taking it to social media, taking it to their pages, and they're talking, they're crying, they're disgruntled because me say everybody I go feel it. These actions are really causing some massive headaches and side effects. You know, when you have a little bit of too much or something the night before and you wake up the next day, well, that is basically what is happening to a lot of people right now. Take a look.
I'm also going to be boycotting Starbucks moving forward.
Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business, but we're finding out now that we were wrong, and I want to publicly say that we are regretting our votes at this point. My husband and me own a construction company, and we literally do not have workers anymore. Most of our workers are from Mexico, and they're good, hard workers. I talked to a few of them and they said they were just too scared to come back to work because of all the raids. Our construction company is likely to go out of business now, and we don't know what we're going to do, but we're never voting for a Republican again. Ron DeSantis and Trump have been passing laws that negatively affect our business, and I just want to say that I'm sorry for voting for him. I grew up Republican, and it's all I've ever known, but now I can see that me and my whole family have been very wrong about this.
Guys, I will go back to that just now. Guys, there are lots and lots of horror stories. Restaurants, owners would literally have to close their doors because the workforce is no longer available. Like you heard what the lady said, you know. she's about to lose her construction company because workers are scared to be caught up in this dragnet. I want to call it a dragnet. I don't know if I'm using the right terms. So it's because of the horror stories, because of the horror stories that has been out there. It is either this way or that way. You understand? It's either this thing is happening or that thing or the other thing is happening. Meaning that you will either hear that there was a clean sweep, or you will either hear that people are in hiding. Now you're hearing that people are literally losing their businesses. People are now saying that they're going to straight up boycotts stores, coffee shops that I guess from their understanding are some of the ones who are literally behind this administration. Remember, it was Obama that came in and had to deal with a recession. I think it was Obama who came in one right in the recession. And I'm wondering, are we heading down that path again? Will we be? Do you think? Do you guys tell me what your thoughts are? It's really it's really like the more you like sometimes I become afraid to like I seriously I'm afraid to even go on social media based on the harrowing stories that are coming out, the scare tactics. Um, like I learned from a channel also, guys, that sooner or later, maybe just maybe I want to play a little clip from this um channel. Maybe, just maybe. All right. I spoke to a couple of lawyers. Hold on. I want you to. So this piece that I'm about to play, this clip, is coming from the channel David Pacman, the David Pacman Show. Now, David Pacman basically, outright it speak out plain, and he's for what he is for, and he stands for what he stands for, freedom of speech. um I want you to listen to this clip about what maybe is about to happen to a lot of channels on the platforms. Hold on. All right. I spoke to a couple of lawyers in DC who don't represent me. Okay, these are just casual conversations I had with a couple of lawyers in DC, and they are warning me. They believe, based on what they are hearing, that the Trump administration will come after me. Now, it's not just me. This isn't about, oh, David Pacman. This is about independent creators on the political left. Now, from what I'm being told, it's not going to be, let's frame you for a violent crime or anything like that. The likely playbook, we've been wondering, will they come after us? What I'm told is the likely playbook are the following things: tax audits and scrutiny, social media deplatforming pressure, lawsuits and legal harassment, doxing and harassment campaigns,
and investigations into our funding. These are sort of the five prongs that these lawyers said they believe if and when the Trump administration turns its attention to independent progressive content creators, they would employ. Here's how these five things would work. First of all, you get hit with a tax audit. Doesn't matter if your books are clean as a whistle or as clean as Trump's. They will dig and dig until they either find something or until the process itself becomes the punishment. Audits are expensive, they are time consuming, they are extraordinarily stressful for the person being targeted. Even if I came out unscathed, the legal and accounting fees and the distractions would take a toll. That's one mechanism these lawyers said this is what might be used. Secondly, they will lean on the social media platforms. It won't be directly. It won't be someone from the West Wing calling Twitter or whichever platform and saying, you've got to hurt David Pakman. It'll be, you get accused of spreading misinformation or inciting violence, and next thing you know, your accounts are suspended, or they're limited, or YouTube removes your monetization, or Twitter throttles your reach. And these are platforms that are certainly plausibly going to cave to political pressure.
You heard it for yourself. No, he said his lawyers are, saying it may happen. This is what might happen soon. Hmm. Remember some years back where a lot of platforms, I don't know how many of you remember, where a lot of platforms, Meta, this, that. I remember even Donald Trump getting banned from Twitter. So say one, say two. Say one, say two. Hmm. Hey, guys, is this the world that we want to live in? Like, I'm not saying you to go and do anything, but what have we become? What is this? How the heck did we literally get here? And believe me, don't think that the platforms would hesitate from putting a pause, pressing the pause button on a lot of, I would say, independent creators, like people like even Don Lennon, Midas Touch. These and a lot more, and numerous more. These platforms are huge or medium sized, but then when they begin to attack them, it leaves everybody. It leaves, it will leave everybody because there will be change, there will be changes on the platforms that will suppress free speech. I also came across another piece of content which it's been around for a while. It's been around for a while. This kind of thing has been going on for a while where um ICE will literally or has already, you know, contract contracted companies to kind of scout online to monitor rather, you know, any channels that would be saying anything derogatory about them, um, threatening about them. And there was a bold statement which I saw on the website where they basically said that and you, everybody, whoever, once you mention the name or anyone that works or is associated in a sense, then you will be caught in the dragnet. Like they find you saying anything threatening that will put them at jeopardy, maybe giving information about whereabouts. You know, some people will come out and say, oh, they're down the road or whatever, or anything that they deem or that is deemed threatening, they will literally start to take a closer look with a magnifier on your life. What kind of, I mean, there has to be some kind of order. There has to be some order because you can't just let, people be like loose cannons in, especially in today's real world where, somebody could literally smile with you now and take you out. You know, I understand. I get it. But the level of in your face, I know when these agencies will do things, they will do it undercover. No, them say no straight in your face. Do this, and you will see what will happen. Is this intimidation? What is this? Guys, how the heck did we get here? How did we get here? Now, another thing I wanted to touch before I end this episode. We have to be extremely, extremely mindful of our contents that we put out there, or else get you're gonna find yourself under the radar, uh, 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 um, guys. You know, no, it's millions, but they will still have systems in place that will look for keywords and whatever. No, also this tip that I want to play for you guys. Just a word of caution for a lot of people who would have gone through this process and made a critical error. I want to play a clip. I guess let me just do this now. I want to play this clip and let you guys hear. I don't know if it will be of any help.
I'm also going to be boycotting Starbucks moving forward.
Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business, but we're finding out now that
Yeah.
My fear is that I'll get deported to a country that I don't know.
As you may have heard, many Cubans with permanent residency may now be facing deportation after having returned to Cuba with their permanent residence card. And this is because when you file for asylum and you are granted asylum, and many of these individuals obtain their permanent residency after seeking asylum successfully, they are essentially saying that they're scared to return to their home country. And so when they did return to Cuba, now they are being flagged for committing fraud. And if in fact you travel back to your home country, whether you're from Cuba or not, if you have asylum granted and you are now a permanent resident, you should be very, very wary of traveling back to your home country.
Okay. All right. So I trust that you got that part and understood it very well. I hope that it may be of some help to you guys. I hope that you understood that part clearly. And with that, I want to suggest that you leave your thoughts in the comment section and let us meet on another one. Peace out. Keep the faith. Let's continue to hope that things will somehow shape up in the right form and not, continue in this precipice that we've seen. And let's hope that some of the wood chipping would ease up because it's not really a healthy thing mentally when you have to go through the horrors over and over. Or it's this, we might be just heading into a recession. Don't know. Leave your thoughts down below, my people. Let us meet on the next one. Peace out. Bye bye.